Hi everyone and welcome back to the channel, and tonight we've got a change of scheduling because we're going to be doing Star Trek The Next Generation. So we're going to be doing this today instead of The Doll's House because I had a little bit of an accident with issue number 64, so I've got to get that, issue number 66, so I've got to get that replaced. So this is the Star Trek Next Generation, and it is a former collection from Egamos. If you look down there, it does still say the Egamos because obviously Fan Home have took over this, and to see this again is just absolutely superb. I can show you, this is part of the nacelle that will eventually happen. This is from the Egamos version before they went out of business, and yeah, it's going to look really cool. So I always keep that for like a spare, just in case. But in here, the magazine's really good because what they do is they do two stages in one magazine. So you've got stage 1 here and stage 2. We're not going to be doing stage 2 today. We're going to be doing stage 1 assembly, which is basically the main command bridge of the top deck, plus the two beginnings of the lighting system. And there was a bit of confusion with the Egamos run about two different flush vents, so apparently they were ran the wrong way. They have told us that there is an error with the nacelle, I think it is, so it's going to be replaced at a later date, as you can see. And then obviously issue 2 we will do some point next week, and then it's all about designing the D. And they are doing a special offer at the moment where if you subscribe you get these lapel pin badge things, because I've got an email about that, but I've already subscribed so I won't get that thing. But all about Andrew Probert there in designing the Enterprise D and building bridges. This is what I love in magazines, when you get a little bit of the story behind it, and you get all these lovely articles about this. Try and get that up a little bit more. All these lovely articles about this wonderful ship, and it is a big ship. So yeah, really lovely design on this, and we have to thank Ben Robinson, who was the one who sort of like worked on this. He was like project manager, and Lost Generation for a few weeks in the summer of 1986. Star Trek The Next Generation looks set to be the adventures of a cadet crew and their holographic former captain. And then as you can see here, this one's nice because you don't get that you know, you don't get the what you're getting on the next issue on the back, you get it within the book. So as I said, we're going to get that started here. I didn't get a poster in this one, so I might have to check that out, because normally you get a poster in the first issue, or it might be in the third issue, because Fan Home like to do the 3 issues, but they're also coming out with binders, which we've never had before with Fan Home, so that's fantastic work. So what we've got here is we've got our main bridge module, and what we're going to be doing is to put this obviously into place, and this is going to go in with the little part at the top, which I think is this part here. You can see here this is a push fit connection, and it will push fit into there, but obviously we need to put screws in there as well, so we're just going to put that there. As you can see, you've got 2 screw holes and a pin, and that's going to go into there like so. And then we're going to basically secure them in with AP screws. So AP screws into that. We do get this really gorgeous screwdriver here, and it's got like a navy colour on it with yellow, and it's really decent screwdriver to use. We're going to use AP screws, and again, what I love about this is that they're labelled. It's not very often we get them labelled, they're normally printed. And these are lovely when it's nice when they just fold it over, because some they get wrapped up and I hate them when they're like that. So we're going to do that like so. So they're the AP screws. We're going to get 2 of these, and because obviously we're working, oh yeah, that's going in lovely. That really is lovely to work with, this screwdriver. That's gorgeous. And this should be the only screwdriver that you use throughout the whole of the build, hopefully. But to see this out again is just like a dream come true, because for many of us, we wanted to build this, and then we got all, you know, I got up to issue 2 of the nacelle, and then it went bellies up. So because Egamos went out of business, but just to be able to know that this is still out there is just fantastic. Okay, so that's what that looks like. As you can see, really cool. And then we're going to get some light work into this now. So as you can see, we've got a bunch of wires going on here, and they are labelled A and B, and I think there's a C on there somewhere, but we're going to take this round here. I don't think we get to light them up in this pack because, one, we haven't got an electrical tester pack, so that could be another reason. But as you can see, we've got various different wires here. There's a red, blue, black and yellow, which is B. We've also got ourselves an A, which is green, yellow, black and red. And we've also got, I think that's a C, yeah. So we've also got yellow, white, black and red. We're going to use the one that's got C on it, I believe. So the motor with the C sticker, which is this one, this is going to be the one that apparently they're saying C. See, this is what confuses me as well, because obviously in here they say C, but then it's got a yellow and black wire, a yellow and white wire. So you see it's a little bit on the confusing side sometimes, but they said the one with the C. And what's going to happen is that's going to go up here. It looks as if it's going to go through this vent here. So we've got like a little bridge thing, and then it's going to go there, and that's going to go, sorry, the light side is going to go through there. Oh, right, I see. I don't know if that's supposed to split. Yeah, what we've got here is we've got a splitter. So obviously you're going to have the white and yellow facing this way, and then the red and black will go that way. So we just need to pull that apart just carefully, because that needs to go through there. And the idea is that middle part is supposed to go through the two wires like that. So it will go like this, and then obviously you've got a little tiny pin there, and that's going to basically hold that wire into place. This is quite a tricky maneuver from when I worked on it previously. And what we need to do with this one is that's going to hold it down. We're going to get ourselves the underside of the base bridge, which is this section. That's going to go like into there, as I said, and we're going to just put that into there again. But what we need to do is obviously that has to fit into that little square canal even. So that's got to go somewhere into there and hopefully hook into place. So yeah, let's have a look, see what's going on here. Doesn't seem to want to oh sorry, it's the smaller part. We've got a smaller part here, that could explain why. That's going to go into there. There we go. So I'm just gonna, I want to make sure that that square part's in. So I'm probably gonna, I think I might feel more comfortable going like that, and then obviously we'll put that round there like that, and then we can just put that into here if we can. Yeah, I think that's probably all in. It doesn't sit in there, it doesn't like get secured in, so once that's in, it will sort of, you will get it keep flapping about and stuff. So that's why I said it's quite a bit tricky. So because we've got to get the wires into there, and then this wire has to come up through, it looks like, oh, these are actually going to face, it looks like they're going to face outwards anyway, but it looks like that's going to go over to that pin. So it will go through this pin here, and then obviously the wires will come out over the top. So we're going to get this part, that's going to feed back slightly, and then it looks as if, yeah, they're going to face outwards. So why they tell us to pull it over that. So yeah, see, it's quite a fiddly part, this. Once we get them in, it should be no problem at all. Try that again. That's going to go onto there, that's going to go onto there, Put the bridge onto here. It's one of them connections where you've got to get it all in all at the same time. So that's going to go to there, but then that wire's in the way. Please don't move. See, that's... Ooh. See, that wire is in my way. Now that one's come off. So if I just move that around a bit, hopefully just get that over the top like that, and then we can just sort of feed that through. Oh, it's training of these cables that's the problem. Hopefully, if I can, as I said, it's one of them ones that they all have to. Yay! I done it. Oh yeah. So then, what we've got to do is we've got to feed this through. Okay, so what we're going to do next is we need to feed this into a chamber, which is this section here, because eventually that will be sitting onto around about that section in the bridge thing. So what's going to happen now is we're going to feed this wire down through this middle hole here, and you can see, once we get that through, you can see that we've got 2 connection points, and that's going to be where our screws will sit. Okay, so we're going to feed that up. It's probably best to do it from the underside, because obviously once we get the screw hole in, we're going to get that into there like so. I did thought that wires fell out. See if I can wriggle it back into position. There we go. And then as soon as we get these screwed down, we shouldn't be having any of that wire issue there. Might be around the wrong way. Yeah, it looks like it might be around the wrong way. Let's try that again. So this wire will keep falling out until we get it secured in. So it looks like it might go that way, hopefully. Let's try that again. Okay, so I'm not sure, you know, because that doesn't look right to me. But it's will eventually sit something like that, I reckon. Just a bit concerning because it looks like there's a gap. We'll put them in anyway. Another reason why I've done this tonight is because obviously Optimus Prime has finally been shipped, so we might be getting that next week. It'd be lovely if it got here by Saturday. So obviously I need to free up some slots for then. So yeah, so we'll screw that into place. That's with an AP screw. One, and then we'll just do the other one this side. I've got a feeling we might have to undo this because I don't know why it's giving me the vibe that it's the wrong way round, but it can't be. Pick up another screw. It's going to go through there. I think you get this screwdriver as well with the DeLorean. They're lovely to work with. Because Agora has a green version that you get with, I think is it the Fire Ladder 9 you get it with? But yeah, that's what that looks like with its wire coming out now. Lovely. So next what we're going to be doing is we're going to be working on the flush vents. So what we need to do is, obviously you can see here, we've got 2 vent sections which are here and here, and we're going to be putting the one that's got L written in. And L is going to be this one here, as you can see, and we need the one that's got a B sticker, so there should be a B sticker here, yeah, and we're going to use the yellow and black one by the looks of it, and that's going to be that's going to basically, we need to be very, very careful with this, because this B wire looks like it's going to be somewhere hanging round here. So it will eventually go round the back of here and then hook, line and sinker into that. So the left one, now if I remember vaguely, there's two different ones to this, because you've got one that's transparent, as you can see, an L, and the other one here has an R. So we're going to use the one that has an L, and these little ridges fit into that little vent. So that's going to fit into, let's move that down a bit if I can. That's going to fit into here like that. And then, but I think back in the time this was ran the wrong way due to an error or something, I'm not entirely sure. But what's going to happen is that is going to, we've got the wire, it's going to feed into there because it's going to illuminate it up. So that's going to go into there, and we'll get that round here. And it looks as if that little pin, you've got a pin there, that's going to hold that wire into place, and then hopefully secure this down into this like so, and then that will go round there like that. So hopefully that's all in position, the killer position, as Jack Black would say. Oh, I see what the issue is. I think that's, no, that should be that way. When I did this before, I'm sure there was errors with it, like within the parts issue, but I'm just going to try and get this over again. Trouble is, everything's got to be done in one, you know, one here. I'm going to pull that a bit more, and it goes like that. So I don't know why we're having so much. Yeah, so something like that, brilliant. So if that can just stay there for me, and we're going to be putting them in with a CM screw. I'm going to try and open this up while opening that, because otherwise it will ping off at me. So we'll just get a screw here, and this is going to be secured into this top one. Okay, and that's literally all it took, is one, you know, one screw there. Okay, so once we've done that, the next step, I don't know at this moment where this blue and red wire will go at the moment, but it's obviously going to be connected somewhere. The next part, what we need to do is to go over onto the other side now, because what we now have to do is put in the right side. So again, this has got a little vent thing on it, and that's going to go into there. And we're going to get the, it looks like this doesn't have a light in, so this one is the R symbol, and you can see it's marked here with the letter R, and that's going to be going, I think it's something like that. So I would assume that that would have a, you know, a light on it, but they want it so that the R is facing first. It's got that little contraption that has like the mechanism for the light, but it's not saying to put any light into this at the moment. So that's quite interesting, because this is what confuses me, is because when you look at this side, it looks like there's a wire coming out of it, but it's just sitting in front of it. But then there, it looks like the wire comes out of that R. So you see what I mean about how confusing it looks. So that's quite interesting, but I'll still go with what it's saying, and we put CM into that. Sorry, CM's over here, isn't it? So CM, and that's going to be secured into this section here. Try and do it so you guys can see. Okay, and that's that one. So next, once we've done that, we need to put these this bar thing into place, which is basically going to illuminate the lights up, and that's going to be at the front here. So what's going to happen is they're going to be secured in at the front, Yeah, around about into here we've got these little teeth marks which will basically fit into there, and that's going to go into there like so. I'm then going to put the guard on it. So this is the guard, and what will happen is we've got to put a yellow, and it looks like it's a yellow and green wire, so we're going to move this around a bit because I need to work that way round. And what's going to happen is I think this wire might have to switch, because I've got a feeling that might be the right side. But if they've got it like that, they've got the right on. No, it's definitely that side that's got the right. So that is right. Okay, cool. And then we're going to put the guard on, and the guard is going to go, I think it's something like that. No, it must be the other way. Yeah, so it's going to go into 1, 2, 3 and 4. Okay, but before we do that, remember we've got to put a light into these two parts here. Do you like to test fit that first? So this is we've got to get some slack on this, because this has got to bend right round into like a love heart shape, so we've got to be extremely careful of these wires. And what will happen is we'll just bend that a little bit more, and we need the red side, the red and black is going to go onto this side. Let's just double check that a minute, because that's going to go, it's going to go something like that. Yeah, so red and black's going to go onto this side, and then that yellow one is going to go onto that side like that. Now obviously I might need to get a little bit more slack, because we've got to get this green and red wire in. I love working with electrics. You actually feel like you're a mechanic. I'm going to try and get that under there. So that's on there, and we'll just hopefully lift that up a bit and put that into there. Right, so they're going to be secured with CM screws. So these are these screws here, and we'll get one in. Once we get one in, it'll be fine. I've got to go from that side first, because that's the one with the light on, so it will secure it for us, and then we can let go. So that's one. Oh, you little git, look, it's fell out. Ah, it does not want to go into you. See, this is how fiddly it is. Could have sworn I put that in. Okay, it's in now though. But there is a little pin that the wire sits on to sort of grip it for you. Let's try and put that in. Yeah, that's in, lovely. Okay, cool. So hopefully I'll just put that in now. Hopefully that's all secure. And we'll put another CM. I'll do it this side just to hold that down before it pings out. That screw doesn't want to go in. Let me just change that screw. We'll try a different CM. We've got CM that doesn't want to go in. There we go. That's going to go with 4 CM screws, and that's that. And then we've just got to put 2 at the top here. So let's get another CM. It's lovely when you get an issue. You know, the first issue has the electrics in. It's lovely when it's like that. We'll go very careful here, because obviously there's acrylic underneath this, and we all know if you break acrylic, I used to work on a 3D printer from Model Space, and you screw too hard, it shatters the acrylic. So the screw doesn't want to go in, but it's thinking about it. Look at that. And then obviously this wire down here will feed onto something and plug further down the canal here. But as you can see, we'll just get that up a bit. We've got a wire coming off here for something. It's unusual that they would put a block there for a wire, because it looks like you put a wire in there, but that is a dead one, so we don't have to do anything for that. So once we've done that, the next bit is we need to turn this over very carefully, watching clearance for the wires, and we need to put in ourselves the black wing and this has got, as you can see, 1, 2, 3 and 4. I'm going to put 1, 2, 3 and 4, so that's going to go into there like so, and that clips in absolutely gorgeously, and that gets secured in again with AP screws, and it looks like we're going to be putting them in the insides of basically 1, 2, 3, 4, so the outer screws, because these ones, the inner screws are to hold on this part here. So yeah, brilliant. So we're going to put the AP screws into there. I cannot say how I love this screwdriver, it's really lovely. The grip on it's so great, you know, it just glides the screw in absolutely perfectly. I could have used my wow stick, but I keep mislaying it. I put it down and then it goes again, and then I put it down and it goes again. But I think it's in my wardrobe, I'm not sure, because I normally store my caliper and screwdriver in there, so yeah. Okay, and as you can see, that's that part into place now. So what we now need to do is we now need to pass the duchy from the left hand side. If you've ever heard that song, it goes, pass the duchy from the left hand side. Anyway, so we've got 1, 2 and 3 holes. They're going to marry up to these holes here, and we're going to put that over to there like so. Ooh, a bit of jiggle around. Needs to be nice and flush, and you see that click? Beautiful. And then we're going to put the 3 screws into there with CP screws. So these are CPs. I'm going to put that into here like so, which is absolutely gorgeous. That's whoops. CP is going to go down there. And then we'll get another one. I'm going to give it a bit of a support underneath the back here, because that screw didn't feel like it went in, whereas this one does. Okay, is that holding it? Yeah. Doesn't feel like it grips it, but yeah. Okay, and then I'm just going to watch that wire there, and we'll screw that into position. The killer position. You know, School of Rock where it goes, killer positions. Okay, so that's how it's looking, and yeah, so that's basically all the electronics underneath, and that will eventually light up, I reckon, these lights around here, and that's basically all that done. So we'll just keep the wires very neatly into there for now. I'll just tuck that under there, and what will happen is it will light it up eventually. Now what we've got to do also is, these are what we call the escape pods. So as you can see, these are the escape pods, and I don't think they're in a oh yeah, left, right, right, left, left and right. So yeah, it looks like, I'm assuming that we're going to go from right and left. So this is left, that's right, so we'll go like that, I reckon. But yeah, so let me see, might be able to just do it like that, yeah, and then that will go, this is a left, so that should go into, I think the red bit faces down. Don't know if the red bit, let's have a look, because maybe that's left. My left and right don't mix up very well. Let's have a look. So if it's left, it should go into there. So I'm not sure why. I don't like the look of that. That don't look right to me. Yes, it goes in that one, but I don't like the look of that though, because that doesn't seem very flush to me. Let's try a right one for the minute. this is right, so let's try that one for the minute. And that right one should, if that goes into there, then we know that's gone in lovely. What side is that? Yeah, that's right. So that left one must be a bit of it's on the drip a bit. Now you should really use side cutters for this, but I can't be bothered to get up and go in the other room. But yeah, it looks like the red bit, and you can feel it sort of protrude from the other side. Then we've got a right bit as well. That's going to go into this one here. Lovely. Oh, that's so flush. That's gorgeous. So this L1 must be the one, it must be this middle one then. Yeah, there we go. It's that middle one. Gorgeous. Little bit of sort of sprue there, but I'll do that and probably take that off and cut that off in post-production. And then this one, whoops. This one looks like it goes into that hole there. Sitting in absolutely beautifully. And then this one goes into that slot there. So yeah, as I said, there is a bit of a sprue. Let me see if I can just file that off a bit. Just to get rid of that sprue part. And then hopefully that will go in. Yeah, let's take that off, so I'll do the same with that if I can. Now it's up to you, you can glue these in if you wanted to, there's no reason why you can't. It's not like they're going to be coming off again, so yeah, that'd be fine for me. And there we go, that is basically issue 1 all done and dusted. It looks absolutely gorgeous. So as you can see, we've put in the escape pods there. We've done the bridge, and we've also put the electronics in. We haven't got a tester pack in this issue or the next issue, so that might come a little bit further down the line. But that's been a really lovely issue. As I said, coming up in the next issue, we do work on the nacelle, which looks very like this. So this is from the Eagle Moss version, and I could have picked up from issue 2, but I started very early on, so I thought I'll refresh it and get a nice clean pack, you know. But I believe there's an issue with this because they sent me an email about an error with it, and they're going to be supplying it. I think it's pack 3 they supply it, but that will be coming up, if not this week, next week. But as I said, we're expecting Optimus Prime any days, and also the Lotus Renault, so hopefully. There is a problem with that build at the moment. They're saying that due to logistics reasons, and I have noticed last night it's gone back on to pre-order. Now also, if you're a Ford Mustang GT500 fan, they've also just launched that on the website as well. But yeah, I don't know if there's issues with logistics with that one, but yeah, there's a logistics problem or something with CM, because they CM, oh my god, they said that the Renault will continue shortly, so it must be a you know, a distribution issue there. But yeah, this has been a really, really lovely issue. So please remember to like, share, subscribe. If you haven't subscribed to the channel already, please consider subscribing. Don't forget to tap the notification bell. And coming away tomorrow is a big, big issue, because we've got issue number 100 of Build the Eddie Stowe Button. It's quite a fun one, because we get to put the wheels on the back of the chassis of the trailer. So until then, please remember to like, share, subscribe. If you like this build, do head over to Fan Home and get it. If you are a former Eagle Moss subscriber, you can pick up from where you left off as well. So until then, take care, have a lovely evening, and we'll see you tomorrow night for Build the Eddie Stowe Bar. Take care, bye bye.